Mook!
Kevin!
Look at you and your little farmer get up.
Heck yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Junkyard Digs, and welcome to our second season of being proud American farmers.
Yeah.
Everyone else's corn is up, and we've got 2 foot of weeds in our field. So without further ado, let's get the farm truck up and running for the first time since last fall. Let's go find a tractor, and let's get the beans in this year. The beans. Let's get to work. Ah yes, no battery, much as I anticipated. Worry not, I found this one from a Honda. It's the only one we have on the farm right now. If you guys haven't seen this before, what we do this time of year for the second time in a row is go and find abandoned equipment. Put that abandoned equipment back in the field, plant some abandoned corn in our abandoned field with our abandoned equipment, and then abandon it for about 4 months and find more abandoned equipment and take out the dead corn.
Can we find an abandoned sandwich first?
Yeah, I think we could probably do lunch before we go get our tractor. I did do some scouting this spring and throughout the winter, and I found our tractor. So it's not so much of a hunt this year as it is just a regular old revival. It literally hasn't ran in months and it fired right off as if it didn't even need to prime fuel. Holy cow. Oh yeah. It's good to be back. Feeding the country, right, Mook?
Yeah.
Step 1, lunch, because Mook's hungry. Step 2, tractor, because the field is hungry. Yeah, I think that one will do. This is a late 50s, early 60s Farmall 460. This year I was hoping to find a slightly larger tractor than an H that we used last year, because I've got some virgin ground that's still sod that I want to break up and kind of make our field a little bigger, and this ought to do it. This has got a big old 6-cylinder gas in it. It's been sitting for a few years. Supposedly needs a starter. Let's get a battery in this thing, see if she spins, and see if we can start turning some dirt yet today. Supposedly this starter is bad. Oh, I wonder if it isn't. Worry not. A pair of pliers ought to fix that. Huzzah! Okay, hopefully this starter's fixed.
Is this the Farm Mac?
It is now.
Oh, wasp nest.
Yeah.
I'll just zoom way in.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to hurt you. You won't feel it. Go to sleep. He did not go to sleep. All right, back to the old method. Come here, bitch. You know what we didn't bring, Mook?
Gas?
Gas. I think we'd be better at this by now. Don't worry, I got the fuel checker right here. Oh, it don't smell good. That's for sure.
Will your pliers help?
Oh no. How deep is this thing? Okay, the bad news, we're out of gas. The good news is I can see the stick just fine. I just don't know how to get it.
Kevin, it doesn't like the stick.
What happened there was the solenoid wasn't making contact, and then it did, and then it started working. Also, I think my battery's pretty dead.
Kevin, guess what I found in the dirt?
What?
A car. I'll revive this while you revive a tractor. I gotta dig it out. Like I'm a paleontologist or archaeologist or something.
That's something. Someone in the comments will be like, that's worth $3.42 on
3 pennies! I always find little cars on our revivals.
Yeah, you do. Good heck of a job.
Did you fill it with sticks?
Yeah, I did. Exclusively. I'm going to leave the truck running because before we left to get gas, I fired it up and switched the battery, the Honda battery that was in it with the tractor battery that we need to start it with. So that's charging. Now we fill the stick tank with gasoline. The old ungoverned can leaks a little somewhere.
Oh, there's a whole stick in the sediment bowl now.
I have. I'm never gonna live this down.
No, you're not.
I'm gonna successfully plant beans and feed America, and you're gonna be like, well, okay, Mr. Hero Man, stuck a stick in the tank, you big idiot. Let's get a battery back in it and see what it does. No, don't do it.
The sun is out.
Don't you do it. This needs... Oh, what did I say?
I'm allergic to the sun. What a good boy.
Alright, Mook, let's see if we got fuel flowing down here. Ooh. Ooh.
That's icky. Is that water?
I don't know what it was, but it was brown. I feel like I've seen this movie before with flow that slow. Yeah, that's not enough to keep a tractor running, unfortunately.
It's not enough to plant the beans. Kevin, have you been chewing on the tires again?
Nope. Why? Well, let's see if it'll at least pop off, maybe. It's like, no. Mook, sometimes I get ahead of myself. You know what we never checked for? Spark. We never checked for spark. Would you like to hold this right here there?
I've played this game before. Okay. We have spark.
Alright, well, let's pop the air boot off over there, and I will be the choke. We'll see if we can get her to go. We might have a bit of a float issue. I think she's flooded. I'll tell you what, Mook, it doesn't need to choke. Being an updraft carburetor, though, I don't think they're nearly as susceptible to flooding.
I love that song.
You hear that? She thought about it. Now that's a dead battery. Damn it.
It's trying to chew on that stick.
Come on, Honda battery. Close.
That was the most promising sounding one yet.
I know. Good job, little buddy. Oh, damn it. It's a fuel issue for sure. It's like not getting enough fuel, which is ironic because it's getting so much fuel to the ground. Come
Well,
on.
maybe if you didn't feed it a stick.
Hey. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need a carb kit, but maybe I can get it to run up high enough to plug it off and pull the crap out of the jets. sediment bowl then, and drain our carburetor. Flush any water and crap out of there, because it's acting like it's got plenty of fuel, but it wants a ton to run. It's probably because it's not a flammable substance entirely. So it needs to run super, super rich to get enough fuel over water to start. So we'll drain that, drain our sediment bowl, and we'll try this again. Ew. As you can see, I open her up and there's not a lot of fuel flow there. Well, thankfully we are at a short line store, so let's go see if they got one of these and maybe even a carb kit in stock. Being the second year we've done this, in hindsight now what I've learned is step one, replace this. As you can see, this is our sediment bowl fuel filter. Rust and gas it comes in through that center piece. I can show you here. Gas comes in through this guy on the hole on each side. It then fills up the bowl. All the sediment and water, since water's heavier, stays in the bottom. And then gas goes back up, out through the filter into the motor. In hindsight, maybe for next year I'll finally learn, replace this before I fill the tank. This is gonna be terrible. Ah! Well, the good news is I definitely flushed any rust out. Look at that. I can't believe that even moved any fuel at all.
Icky dirty. Wow.
Look at that. That looks a lot better. Oh God. Oh God.
That's enough out of you.
It is pouring out at full tilt. All right, well, I know what we need to fix next. Shut the fuel off. Think it'll run a little better though? She moves, she runs. We just need to do a carb kit to stop that big leak and get this home, and it's time for some field work. There we go. Ain't too bad inside, but clearly something's wrong. If I had to guess, I'd say we got some rust. There's something in there that's plugged up the needle and it can't go back up. We just, what's the word? Condemned, what's it when the police take something and like, this is ours now?
Mac and cheese.
No.
Commandeer.
Commandeer. We've just commandeered this shop. And I guess I got a parts washer. I've never even used one of these before. Well, let's get this thing cleaned up. At least on the outside, then we'll deal with the inside. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, I think there's some rust in there, Mook, to say the least. Ooh, how did that even run?
Wow.
That is pretty bad. Ooh, our pin's broke. See that? Mm-hmm. This was probably bound up.
I'll just get a stick.
I know where there is one. As you can hear, and see for that matter, a lot of fluid inside these floats, so we definitely got a sunken float issue. Also, notice the ununiformity, the curve on this side versus straight. This gasket was installed wrong forever. Floats are all soldered up. Got our pin back in, needles cleaned up. Let's test it. Works perfect. All right, back together. Damn, Farmer Mook, that's a bit of an upgrade.
Yeah.
Was this abandoned?
Sure. Hi, little guy.
Yes, you found a jumping spider.
Yes, my favorite kind. Gosh, you're so cute. I don't want you to get squeezed. Can you please jump onto my hand so I can save you? Come here, you little turd.
All right, moment of truth. Let's see if we got fuel. Take the main jet out here. Oh yeah, we got tons of gas.
And now you just killed the spider.
Look at that! 60 psi, 700 hours, the tach doesn't work, the alternator's charging, and the fuel gauge says there's a stick in it. So far, so good, and the only thing we've had to buy was a sediment bowl.
Hi.
You found him again?
Look at him. His name is Mac. Okay, how can you not love a jumping spider? They are the puppies of spiders.
Hell yeah.
Did my spider ride with you?
Oh yeah, no, I don't know.
I think my spider survived.
Probably.
At least you're optimistic.
There you go, Mookie, survived. There you go. Are you still dealing with this spider?
He would not get off of me. And crawled all the way up and around a few laps, and then he went on my back. And I tried to put him on a tree so he didn't get stepped on.
Oh, here he is. I guess this really is a farming video. Moose got livestock.
There we go.
Like a frog.
There you go, buddy.
Let's get some coolant in this thing. It's pretty empty. When I'm working on other people's stuff, no matter what time of year it is, I make sure to put antifreeze in it because there's a good chance I won't be back to it before next fall, and I'll completely forget about it. And I don't want to be the reason someone else's engine block freezes in the winter. Get this topped off, and it's time for an oil and filter change. Check all the other fluids, go hook our plow up, and start turning that weedy disaster back into a cornfield. Bean field.
The fluffy green.
Our extended lawn. I'm having a hell of a time getting the drain plug off the bottom of our oil pan here, and I can't find my giant pliers that we had last year, but thankfully I did find this. This is the giant adjustable wrench. So this ought to do it. There it goes. Wow, I was on there. Oh, that ain't great looking oil, I'll tell you that much, buddy. A little light gray for my taste.
You do drink a lot of oil.
Yummy. Yeah, you are pretty old. Grab our new filter. There we go. There we go, new oil filter. Seeing that this is a probably pretty high hour tractor and she had a lot of blow by, we're gonna go with some 1540, really thicken that up. Plus, it'll help the oil from breaking down due to thermal breakdown when we're out working it in the field. Just remember, thick oil is a lot cheaper than bottom end. All right, that's the last of it. Every grease dirt I can find has been greased. Engine oil's changed, new filter, changed out all this oil, she's good to go. Even put a little RTV on the side of the carburetor. Not that it'll work, but you know, it makes us feel better for the environment. I guess with that, it's time to go out, find the disc from wherever we abandoned it last year, and get it hooked up and get it greased up and ready to go. Yeehaw. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, well, I'm gonna go on a limb and say that the float's stuck again. I just took that apart and fixed that. So if I had to guess, seeing that this happened over time, oh, yep. The floats are completely full of liquid. All right, where's the leak this time? Well, the good news is we found the holes. We did. Yes, it seems to be leaking from there and over there. Alright, we've got everything reassembled. We've got about an hour and a half till the sun goes down. There we go. See how long that epoxy lasts. Okay, to the disc. What? How much do they sell beans for at the store? Be a walk in the park compared to last year. We've still got at least 4 fingers till the sun's down, so I might just knock out this south field quick. Well, Jesse, I don't know about you, but I'm filthy and hungry. Get a hamburger. Alright, so as you can see, I've got the front field pretty much done as far as disking goes. The reason I'm stopped right now is because I keep having problems with sinking the float over and over and over again, And I keep plugging up our sediment bowl with rust. It's not the bowl, it's up in the actual kind of BS valving directions that they have up top. So I'm going to show you what I learned last year and show you how to make your sediment bowl 100% rust proof for those people that have dirty tanks. Okay, so as you can see, we have a brand new sediment bowl here. These are fairly inexpensive. It's probably a good idea to just go pick up a new one for this so you're not fighting all the rust jammed up in here. As you can see, the fuel comes down and then goes right and then goes down into the bowl through this little cap on each side right here. Very, very small holes. That one's a little larger, but this one, yeah, it's not doing anybody anything. So step one, we're gonna get that cap out of there. He's probably here to induce a turbulent flow so the fuel goes to the sides of the bowl, but I have had no problems just dropping it straight down the middle. As you can see, much larger hole here now. That's gonna take a lot longer to clog up from rust. I probably got an hour out of it this morning before this stuff up in here eventually clogged up. Specifically this tube right here behind this valve is where all the rust accumulates. Now doing that will stop the rust from accumulating on top of that cap, but we want to stop the rust from ever getting into our sediment bowl plumbing apparatus in the first place. So what we're gonna do is grab ourselves a 5/16 drill bit and drill out this hole. Make sure that guy is all the way open so he doesn't get hit when you go all the way down. Now, there we go. Now I didn't drill all the way down because there is this guy in the bottom and I didn't want to hit him, and it doesn't need to go all the way down, just most of the way. What we do now is take a piece of 5/16 copper tube, brake line, whatever you got sitting around, and press him down into that hole. Looks like I might have to go up one drill bit size. Well, actually, you know what? Now usually I would say solder that, but this outer diameter fits just perfect. I don't think that's going to be a problem this time. Still flows excellent. For our last step, all we have to do is cut off about an inch of that hose. If you're really nifty, you'll put a nick in one side so nothing can even seal to the top. Put our filter back on, put our seal back on, put our bowl back on, and there you have it. That is a modified sediment bowl that will never, ever let any more rust into your engine. And if, by the grace of gods, the turbulence of the fuel in the tank throws a piece of rust in, it's got a nice 5/16 hole all the way through to drop into the bottom of this bowl, pop this off, dump it out. I ran one of these last year on the H that we used to plant. I probably put 15 hours into that tractor and never had a single problem once I put this on. Let's go get these switched out and then switch out this float that I was able to get from the store downtown. They had one sitting on the back shelf. And hopefully we won't have any more damn problems with the fuel system on this tractor. I know sure as hell won't be for rust if we do. New sediment bowl is on, our carburetor is off as you can see, and I guess study says double bubble does not hold up to gasoline. A little concerning because thinking back, I have like 3 gas tanks held together with double bubble. And we'll deal with those when they're a problem. Yep. Once again, full of gas. Now this is not the correct float, but it is a float. Oh shit, it doesn't work. Okay, figure something out. Well, it took a little creativity juice, but I came up with a solution. What I've done is unsoldered the mount from the old bowls over there, and then cut the mount off the new ones and soldered the new bowls to the old mount, which means it should go right into place and hopefully be buoyant enough to close that needle. One thing's for sure, it'll be a lot better than those. Let's get this reassembled and try it again. All right, carburetor's on. The anti-rust settlement 3000 is on, and as you can see, it's filled and there's not a speck of rust in that bowl. So let's go ahead and open him up again and see if our floats work or not. Now, it's not totally uncommon for them to stick the first time they get fuel thrown at them after sitting dry. Give her a couple taps just in case. It's all too dry. I'm suspicious that there's even fuel. Oh my gosh, it worked perfect. hopefully that's the last bolt I have to turn on this tractor. All right, put this guy back in place so we're not breathing the old field dust, but leave him loose so that when it starts leaking, I remember to shut the fuel off and head back out. Well, I'll tell you guys what, I'd be lying if I said this was going excellently. For some reason, although we have excellent fuel flow, our needle and seat and our float is working excellently, and we have no problems there, no more leaks or drips. For some reason, suddenly, it only runs on choke, and it doesn't make enough power to even pull this plow when it's on full choke. What is your deal? All right, well, I ran the main jet all the way in and all the way back out in case there's some piece of rust stuck in there, and that seems to have fixed it. Back to work. With that, I set to work on disking the fields, and a little while later, I had a surprise guest. Luke, aka Thunderhead 289, stopped by, and I convinced him to take a spin on the tractor. Turn right, turn right. No, turn the... For the last couple years, Luke lived an hour away and was very busy with his day job. However, recently he's moved to a neighboring town, so there should be plenty of opportunity for collaboration. Regardless, one thing's for sure, he looks right at home on top of that old 460. What do you think, Farmer Luke?
I think you need to buy yourself a tractor.
maybe a slightly better one?
It's got a little blow by, but that keeps everything lubricated.
Yeah. That means the engine and all the running gear and the disc stays lubricated.
If it's burning oil, you know it has oil.
Bingo. Once the rear field was finished, we parked the tractor for the night, grabbed a beer, and caught up with our friends. The next morning, I did what every farmer does and hooked the cultivator to the three-wheeler and drug it up to the front yard. Hey, if it wasn't supposed to haul it, it shouldn't have hooked up so well. Are you kidding me? Brand new floats. What? How do they sink? How? How are you full of fluid again? All right, time to go over this very thoroughly and figure out what's going on. All right, I found a tiny pinhole from when it got too hot when I was soldering the legs onto the bowls. Threw some flux on it, reheated the solder that's on the bowls. It should have sealed up just fine. Let's see if it worked. It'll work right now. Apparently, if it sits all night, it was just small enough to flood. Well, it's not pissing all over the ground. Alright. The daily carburetor rebuild is done. It's time to head out to the field and run the cultivator. Hopefully get the beans in today. Since we only had an H to pull it last year, we never got a deep till with the cultivator, and it was definitely taking a much better bite this year behind the 460. Everything was going great until about midway through the field. I think we're actually just out of gas this time. I hope. You know, these old Hondas were a farmer's best friend back in the day, and they sure make one hell of a farm rig yet today. Driving the old 460, listening to John Cougar Mellencamp's Rain on the Scarecrow, hauling fuel with the Honda. It's pretty much 1980 out here right now. All right, let's see if it was gas. A little choke. There we go. Yeah, I think she was just out of gas. All right, back to work. Oh, now what? Not keep this thing running. One fuel issue after the next. I think I know what it is again. Let's go find out. Is it a feed issue? Doesn't appear to be a feed issue. So what I'm gonna do is take this needle, once again, run it all the way in. Like a little flake of rust from the inside of the bowl probably got down into that main jet. Run that all the way in, and run him back out. Set him to where he wants to be, which is right on this one, right where the threads get firm. We'll try that again.
An hour later, I had finished the front field and was working on the rear field when the fuel issues started again.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
This time it wasn't rust in the bowl nor rust in the sediment bowl, but rather stuff that was floating in the fuel, to include dead bugs and probably part of that stick that kept clogging up my sediment tubes. I probably had to stop and fix these fuel issues about 25 times while tilling.
It doesn't seem fixed, but I'm gonna say it's fixed. Fixed. I think it might be the stick, because it's floating shit going in now.
Despite the blow-by, fuel issues, and heat from hard work, the 460 soldiered on and finished the fields.
That is a disked and cultivated field. She's done. All right, the dirt work is done. It is time to pull our genuine self-abandoned planter that has sat since last season out of the shed. There we go. Once again, we'll see if the mighty three-wheeler can pull it up to the other shed that's actually a shed, and we'll get the sucker greased up and set up for beans. 5 hours from now, it's finally supposed to rain, so we got to get these beans in before the rain, because the rain's a-coming, Jesse. It's a-coming. Jesse, we got like 3 or 4 hours before the rain hits. You are currently taking the drive sprockets off the plateless adapter, the driver seat planter thing that we used for corn last year.
I'm disabling the corn planter.
Yes.
We're gonna go to the bean planter.
Bean mode. He's giving it the beans. And I am using science and mathematics and counting to 7 to find the right sprockets and get our population set up. And I'm doing big brain stuff over here.
Counting into the 7s.
Once that was done, we hopped in the farm truck and headed over to the neighbors to weld up the broken marker from last year and get some of their extra plot seed.
These aren't baked beans. We got the wrong thing. We add the bacon and pork now? Or do you do that later? We're all loaded up. This year, thank you to the neighbors, by the way, for giving us their extra plot seed once again. We're using Exitavo soybean seed. It's XO2832E at a 90% germ rate a year ago. I'm reading this for all the farmers that are watching that are interested to see how well malnourished drought beans do. You guys have to also subscribe to see. There'll be clips through the summer. We drive past the bean field often. Alright. Ready? It's all come down to this.
Beans! We're rich with beans!
How's our depth?
About 1 finger!
About that much?
Yeah, about that much!
That looks good.
Alright, give it the beans!
Giving it the beans.
How you gonna...
enough seed. You get the bag, I'll check. We've got the last bag distributed throughout. It's gonna be very, very close. Let's see if we make it. Pretty much empty. We've got what, 1, 2 and a half to a quarter passes left. Shit. And an end row. Damn it. Yeah, we need another bag. Alright, time to hop on the old party line.
With that, we hopped back in the old farm truck and hammered down the road to steal half a bag from my cousin Ben.
We got more beans. These aren't bushes. I think these are Vanda camps, but you know, still beans.
Too many beans.
Okay, well that one's got the extra.
There's still beans!
We just ran out of gas. There's the rain. Okay. One thing after another. It never goes right. Pacha! I'll go get gas. Fuel has arrived. Fuel truck's here.
Do that on the tractor and I'll be impressed.
My ungoverned jugs. I'm gonna rephrase that. Yep. So you come here often?
No, not at all. First time.
Same, actually, same.
You actually like planted the beans on top of the jug of oil.
Well, folks, there you have it. Once again, we've taken an abandoned tractor and used it to put in about 4.5 acres worth of crop. I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. Big thanks to all of those who helped. Big thanks to Trevor, who loaned us the tractor. Thanks to our neighbors right up the road here that gave us all the beans. And thanks to my cousin Ben for the emergency last half bag of beans. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. Make sure you like, subscribe, check out last year's farming content if you enjoyed this, because obviously this takes a little time to grow. It's gonna be a little bit before we're back with the old bean buggy. From all of us here at the Junkyard Digs Farm, we'll see you next time. Peace. I need a shower.
So we just got done in the field. It's raining. We beat the rain.